I remained in Parliament in 2016. When my term came to an end, they thought that I will be out of politics and out of Parliament. But I had more loyal friends. Without even making a simple request to anybody, I was elected from Bihar, and I am now a member of the Rajya Sabha for another 6 years. I don't know, I am running my 94th year, whether I will be alive to enjoy all those 6 years. But I have made one promise, that I seek no profit for myself. I seek nothing in my life. And when the election results were announced, I used to write my weekly piece in a newspaper called the Sunday Guardian. I considered it my paper. For 5 years I had never missed my weekly piece. And that weekly piece that appeared on the day when Modi was being sworn in, said, "Dear Mr. Modi, congratulations on your spectacular success. I am proud of the fact that I have had some small contribution to make to your success. But I am writing this to tell you that I am living in the departure lounge of God's airport. I want nothing from you, and nothing means nothing. Now please fulfill your promises to the people of India." I regret that Modi has failed to perform any of the big promises that he made to the people of India. And of course, one of the promises was that don't worry about this expulsion notice will be withdrawn the moment, and nothing of that kind happened. And I am very happy. I don't suggest that there are no good people in the BJP. Every political party has some good people. The unfortunate part is that those good people have become tongue-tied. There's an Urdu proverb कि सितम के दौर में वो एले दिली काम आए, ज़बां पे नाज था जिनको वो बेज़बां निकले. That's the tragedy of the good people in the country. They are afraid of speaking the truth because they think that speaking the truth will cost them something very, very dear in public life, and of course in their own economic life as well as business in connection with it. I have no such ambitions left, and my only left ambition is that I have to discharge my duty to the nation, and which duty I think can be best performed by ending corruption of the corrupt who are looting this country. And this grievance I have also against the press. I'm quite happy that you have extended this hospitality to me, and I consider it a great honor. But I assure you that most important papers in the country will not even publish what you are now recording today. Any newspaper which publishes everything that I say today, by all means summarize it, will come to me and I will give you a prize. I have completely lost faith in the majority of sections of the press today in India. It's not doing its duty to spread truth and the dominance of truth over falsehood and treachery. One of the great promises to which I wish to refer. I do not know how many of you know that the United Nations has been busy finding out a method of ending corruption in the world. The United Nations worked on this problem for 4 years, from 2000 to 2004. In 2004, the United Nations produced a convention called the Convention Against Corruption. India put its signature on that document in 2005, when the Congress government was in power. But my friends, they have not told the nation, and the nation and the educated press people did not know that no country is bound by a United Nations convention by a mere signature. You have to lodge with the United Nations a document called the Document of Ratification. Unless you lodge that document, the convention is not binding. Now comes something which you ought to know. What I am telling you today is the greatest scandal which only a brave press can deal with. In 2008, the German government gave a bribe of $475 million to an employee of the Liechtenstein Bank, just situated outside Switzerland. That employee gave 1,400 names. The German government and the Swiss Bankers Association made a public declaration that the majority of the names in this list of 1,400 rascals is that of Indians. The Germans said that we are prepared to share this information from the government of India if it wants it. Government of India never wanted it. Now put yourself in the position of jurors. You are sitting in a jury trial where you are trying this issue. What is the inference which arises from this? The inference is that the party in power was in complete conspiracy with these dacoits who have stolen the poor man's assets and added to the poverty of this country. Well, since nothing of the kind happened, in 2009, the next year, I went to the Supreme Court and filed my petition in the Supreme Court that this is the position, we are in a position to get the names, but the government doesn't want to know the names, and please do something about it. My friends, everybody knew that Jethmalani is going to win this case. The judgment of the Supreme Court was reserved to be delivered in July 2011. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. He at least has the wisdom, though not the honesty, to realize that this judgment is going to be a big threat to his existence. The judgment was going to be against him. He had come to know from the delivery of the speeches in the Supreme Court. 2 months before and during the vacation, because it was vacation, that is why the court had announced that we will deliver judgment immediately the vacation is over, on the opening day of the court. Mr. Manmohan Singh called the Swiss Minister of Finance, entered into a secret protocol I don't wish to bother you with all the terms of that secret protocol. The two terms were fatal. Term number one. What do you think of this fraud? And second, that we will not seek any information under the United Nations Convention, but under what is called a double taxation avoidance treaty. Now I want all members of the press here to understand what this double taxation avoidance treaty is. This is a treaty which has nothing to do with black money or with these black dacoits. It has something to do with honest businessmen. Those honest businessmen who pay their income tax on the same income in more than one country. India can tax you because you are an Indian. Germany can tax you because you are earning there. So Germany and India both can tax the same income. To avoid this inconvenience to honest taxpayers, it's called a double taxation avoidance treaty. Now that the deal of Manmohan Singh with the Swiss means tax haven for Indians was that India will seek only information about the future and only under the double taxation avoidance treaty, means we will not ask for any information about black money. And next morning, the Times of India came out with headlines. India ratifies the United Nations Convention of being a party to a big fraud on the people of this country. Nothing of the kind had happened. Even the double taxation avoidance treaty, which is a document recognized by Section 90 of the Income Tax Act of India, got the name of amended double taxation avoidance treaty. The Supreme Court delivered its judgment. It was a thumping judgment in my favor and in the favor of those four co-petitioners with me, whose names I don't wish to tell you now, and five of us were, but mainly of course I was petitioner number one, but that was my great success. The Supreme Court recorded a finding that no effort has been made by the Indian government to get at this black money, and they made an order that you are claiming that you have asked the Germans, but Germans have given you no information. Give this correspondence to Mr. Jethmalani. For 2 years, they did not comply with this order because there was no such correspondence. The day Modi's government was being sworn in, they thought that Modi is at least under the influence of Ram Jethmalani, and he might not tolerate this kind of nonsense. Out of fear of Modi, but a fear which turned out to be wholly unfounded, the Solicitor General of the previous government, under a covering letter, sent me 17 letters that this is in compliance with the order of the Supreme Court. We are delivering these 17 letters to you. When I read those 17 letters, the name of the author of every letter and the addressee of every letter had been scored out by indelible blacking. But there is some kind of a providence. I scanned through the names that were scored out. At one place, they had forgotten to scratch out the email address of that person. It took me only a few hours to find out who was the owner of that email address, and it was a lady by the name of Anita Kapoor, who is a well-known friend. I'm using the word friend out of politeness. She was a well-known friend of Mr. Chidambaram. Well, this is the behavior of the previous government. What happened to the new finance minister who succeeded Chidambaram? Neither he nor Modi from 2011 onwards had approached the Germans for the name. Who went to Germany? This humble Ram Jethmalani went to Germany. I was accompanied by a well-known German lawyer, and I told the Germans that India is a democracy. It is not a dictatorship. You have obligations to the people of India whose wealth has been stolen. And I come to tell you that my government is corrupt. You can't withhold the names from the people of India. Opposition wants it. I am an opposition member of parliament. They were aghast. They said, Mr. Jethmalani, you are right. We want to give this information to you. We have already announced for the government. Now we are prepared to give it to you. Kindly do one thing. When you go back, ask 2 or 3 opposition leaders also to write a 2-line letter to us that Mr. Jethmalani is seeking this information on behalf of the poor people of India, and we are very much interested in having these names. My friends, I came back and I gave a 2-line letter which I drafted because I said that these rascals may not know how to draft a letter as well. I drafted a letter pointing out the urgency. 3 leaders I selected for this job. One of them was my Sindhi friend, Mr. L.K. Advani. Forget the other 2 names. After 10 days I said, where is the signature of this document? I am waiting for this document to get the names of the rascals who have stolen 90 lakh crores of Indian money. That was the estimate. All 3 of them said that we have forgotten. Now I can accept this excuse from 1 person, 2 persons, but 3 persons making the same excuse. Again, as a juror, you will have no difficulty in finding out that they don't intend to do it. So I said, it doesn't matter, 10 days have gone by, but now today is the 11th day. I am now talking to you. Send it to me today. Years, 4 years have gone by. I have got nothing from them, and therefore today my conclusion is that both the BJP and the previous government which has gone out of power, both are in conspiracy with these dacoits.
They would like to raise a question. You are here for the first time in Bhopal to interact with the young lawyers and the young law students. So, a few words for the law students and the young generation.
Don't worry about it. I certainly will talk about it, but I want you to know that Modi is also in conspiracy with Chidambaram and Arun Jaitley. Arun Jaitley is a crook, all right, but crooks are usually very clever. This man is also an idiot. Now I'll tell you why. A friendly member in parliament, after he became the finance minister, asked him a question that now that you are the finance minister, what are you doing about recovery of black money which the Germans have promised? Do you know, he said, I am entering into amended double taxation avoidances with various countries. The man is such a fool that he was making an admission that he is a rascal, but a foolish rascal. It is an admission of a crime against the nation that I have done nothing to recover this money under the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, or the judgment of the Supreme Court, or the promise which Jethmalani has obtained from the German government. My dear fellows, it is that party now which is wanting to get back into power in all these states. Fortunately, elections are not being held here, but the elections were held at least in Bihar. Nikhil Bhai invited me to go to He said, you come and campaign for me. I went there, but I told him, I said, Nitish bhai, please, I am now too old to campaign for anybody, but I have come here to help you. You organize 2 meetings. I will not address those meetings for more than 20 minutes each. And see the magic. He did it. I told the gathering that Nitish has called me to canvass for him. I have said no, because I am not in a proper strength of now my body to go about campaigning at my age. But my campaign takes the form of one request to you, that if I was a voter in Bihar, I would vote for Nitish bhai, and he should be elected, and I hope you will do it. I said, that finishes my campaign. But you might ask, why have I come here? Nobody could guess. I said, I have come here to seek your forgiveness. I am a teacher of law for 76 years. I am a practitioner of law for 75 years. I am in politics. I consider myself an educated person. But Modi has made even a fool of me. He has cheated you. There cannot be a more conclusive evidence of cheating except to rely on the public statement which was made by the President of the BJP, Mr. Amit Shah, who got a second term for his participation in an act of cheating. My friends, this is the condition. And I said, I have come here with folded hands to seek your forgiveness. Give it to me, otherwise I will turn to God, who will forgive me when I meet him. You see what happened in Bihar. They have cheated the army. They made promises to the army. Promise, because the army people had gone on a hunger strike. OROP. That promise remains unfulfilled. The poor army people have gone to court. How can you be dishonest to the army? Every day they are dying. Every day some of them are being killed. Please use all your strength, intellectual strength and whatever other strength you have to secure justice for the people of India from the crooks who are ruling us. And this is my talk to my young friends, my students. My students love me and I love my students. As I told you, I have been teaching law, and even today on Fridays, Saturdays, I am Professor Emeritus at the Symbiosis University. I go and teach my students. They love me and I love them more. And my friends, be sure that the young today are struggling against these corrupt rascals whose the primary duty is yours to do good to the nation of India. Well, Delhi is polluted. I find that since yesterday that Bhopal is a much cleaner place. I wish the young today are struggling against these corrupt rascals whose the primary duty is yours to do good to the nation of India. Well, Delhi is polluted. I find that since yesterday that Bhopal is a much cleaner place. I hope this cleanliness extends to the character of the press here, and you will do what other people have not been able to do. Some of them refuse to publish a word that I say. Indian Express is one, Times of India is another. I don't wish to name other newspapers. But please, if any one of you has the courage to resist against your bosses, show that courage and you will perhaps receive a big reward in the heavens where we will all meet.
Can we ask some questions?
They want to ask some questions.
Yes, please, I have finished.
Sir, what is your observation regarding this ongoing election in Uttar Pradesh?
I believe till the end, and at least the stupid actions of the father have already been neutralized. I believe that the people of India today are wiser. They will not return the crooks back to power. And at least the stupid actions of the father have already been neutralized. I believe that the people of India today are wiser. They will not return the crooks back to power. I wish Akhilesh will succeed. I pray for him, and I am incidentally praying for the people of India. This defeat in UP will be a conclusive prediction of what is going to happen in 2019.
Sir, what will happen? Sir, we have never seen any Prime Minister going for so many sabhas during elections. Do you think he is misusing his position when he is asking vote for his party?
You don't have to ask my inference about it. What is your inference? His inference is that he is words, that's all. He doesn't mean anything. A man who has cheated the army, our patriotic protectors of our freedom and independence. I am fighting that matter in the Supreme Court.
Sir, I have a question closer home. In Madhya Pradesh, there are almost 7 to 8 lakh government employees in the unreserved category. They are suffering because of the reservation and promotion policy regime. Any message for the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister of this?
And look, I have had a meeting with the people who were interested in this question, and I believe that the present arrangement has someday to come to an end, that's for sure. It cannot possibly be a completed eternal thing, eternal feature of Indian politics, no. This, particularly when you are talking of the promotion people, that is where the injustice seems to be a little more hurtful. Ultimately, that will also come to an end, but please do not create any animosity. I suggested to people this morning that please meet together and let us evolve some solution of this particular problem, that some justice should be done to those who are suffering because of that policy. And on the other hand, I don't believe that those who are beneficiaries of this reservation have completely resolved their problem for which these reservations were created. I think an intelligent dialogue and some adjustment is very essential, and I hope now that I have heard about this from the people here, and this morning only, be sure that I will do my best to help a solution of this problem. But please don't ask me to tell you the final solution here. I have not applied my mind.
व्यापम को लेकर क्या सोचते हैं आप? व्यापम मतलब जो लोग जिन्होंने रिश्वत दी वो तो जेल के अंदर, पर जिन्होंने ली वो बाहर है। व्यापम का सर आपने सुना होगा व्यापम के बारे में? एमपी में स्कैम हुआ जो पीएमटी, पीईटी और अदर सर्विसेज।
Some 4 days back, Supreme Court has cancelled some 650 medical admissions in medical colleges in Madhya Pradesh. They were recruited through Vyapam. You must have heard about this Vyapam scam,
yeah.
the multi-crore high-profile scam. What do you think about this? The Madhya Pradesh government is reacting like this. It was the government who exposed the entire Vyapam scam. But some 650 admission has already been cancelled by the Supreme Court.
But I don't pretend to be an expert in every branch of law, and I am also too busy with my criminal cases, my civil cases, constitutional cases, and my teaching, and of course my pursuit of personal pleasure. I have not given up that too. Wait for me, now I have heard this, and I will devote a lot of time to it, and inshallah we'll find a solution.
So they are surprised to know about your age. At this age, 94 years of age, you play badminton. So they want some health tips from you.
Well, if you want to live to this ripe old age of 94 or more, play badminton. Keep good company. Keep yourself happy.
Like Modi ji. Like Modi ji, sir. Like Modi ji, company.
Lively company.
Sir, as you said that Congress and BJP are the two aspects of a coin, then sir, whom shall we vote?
Well, at least today the vote is imminent in UP. At least don't vote for the crooks. You know who they are.
Sir, only crooks are available.
That is.
Sir, according to you, whose
Then
prospects are...
you can't give up hope in life, because it may be a very tragic situation. I agree with you, it is a tragic situation.
Sir, who is going to win UP election?
Sir, whose prospects are bright in Punjab, then Goa?
You know who they are.
Sir, only crooks are available.
That is.
Sir, according to you, whose
Then
prospects are...
you can't give up hope in life, because it may be a very tragic situation. I agree with you, it is a tragic situation.
Sir, who is going to win UP election?
Sir, whose prospects are bright in Punjab, then Goa, according to you?
Well, I am told,
UP also.
but according to me, no. I also go by statements which I get from people who have worked there. I personally think that Punjab had lost hope at one time, but during this election campaign they have come up very well, and today the expectation is that AAP is going to win.
And in Goa?
Huh?
In Goa?
But I really don't know.
And in UP?
UP Akhilesh. Akhilesh, he is clean. Nobody has at least attacked him for any corruption.
And Goa?
Huh?
Sir, ये जानना चाहते हैं कि
I am not an astrologer. I also am a person who meets people, talks to people and gets their opinion. Sometimes I get bad opinions as well, and I am also human. I may make mistakes.
सर इस उम्र में आपकी सक्रियता का राज, आपकी इस एनर्जी का राज क्या है? इस उम्र में आप इतने सक्रिय हैं, इतने वोकल हैं, इतना घूमते फिरते हैं, लोगों से मिलते हैं, बैडमिंटन खेलते हैं,
इतने लोगों से दुश्मनी लेते हैं।
तो क्या है ये एनर्जी का राज?
Well, there are certain things which you can learn from me in secret.
Sir, would you like to comment on whatever happened in Tamil Nadu?
Wasn't she a foolish woman who knew that the judgment is expected in a day or two, and she is trying to be the... And surely her lawyers, after the arguments were over and the judgment was reserved, must have told her that there is not much chance of your succeeding. I don't know what this woman was expecting to happen.
Sir, you are providing some certificate of excellence to Tanvi. What is all that?
Look, I have known her as a student, I have known her as a practicing lawyer, and of course she is a friend of mine, and whenever I meet him I have every opportunity to discuss with her so many things. She is a person with a good knowledge of law, and fortunately she also combines great facility of expression. She has a good mind and an accurate mind. I think she will go very far. she does require blessings.
Oh, great.
Sir, thank you.
Sir, do you think
Thank you.